All right, so today we're going to do a really well-rounded full body fascial flow. And something that I want you to just bear in mind is to be flowy with things. So we're going to be going in between movements, and say we're in a fascial maneuver here. I want you to really think about small flowy movements, moving in the rhythm of what your body wants today, and finding some flow. So, of course, follow me if it feels good, but play around with what it is that feels most good for your body today. I'm feeling all sorts, so it'll be really interesting to see how things move. So, we're going to start with the head and we're going to work our way down. So, we're going to start with a fascial maneuver called peekaboo. If you ever get headaches, tension headaches, eye strain, anything kind of around here, it's going to be really great for it. So I want you to take your right hand and I want you to place it on your temple, but backwards. With your left hand, we're going to place it on the left temple, but that one's going to go forward. So one is back, one is forward. Then I want you to squeeze your head, and then you're going to turn your fingers up to the sky. This is why it's called antler. I think I said it's called peekaboo. It's antler. And now what we're going to do, we're going to move around and breathe. 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. Go with the rhythm of your breath, your body. Making sure we have those hands pinned. Find your flow. So 6 breaths all together. The fascia likes to move slowly. So I invite you today to go a little bit slower than you ordinarily would. Notice where you feel it. For example, when I squat, I can really feel into that lower back. Nice. One more breath. Beautiful. And release. So have a shake off between here. If you want to walk in between, but we're going to go straight in. And we're going to do this similar thing, but for the jaw. So right hand is going to face backwards again. I want you to find a tension point. Sometimes for me, it's right on the jaw. Sometimes it's here. Find a tension point here, but hand is faced backwards. Left hand is faced forward in a similar position. So find a place on the jaw on the other side that you have a tension point. We squeeze together. Fingers go to the sky. We keep it pinned here. And again, we find our flow and we move. And if you want to slowly open and close your jaw along the way, do that. So 3 in through the nose. 3 in through the mouth. Out through the mouth. Encouraging some constant movement, even if it's slow. Oh, yeah. And release. Notice what's happening in your body. For me, I'm starting to feel like everything is clearer. I've arrived here. We're going to do a double ear pull. So I want you to grab your ears. There's no special way to do this. I've got kind of little ears, so I like to kind of put my thumb in. And we're going to pull those, and you can do it in all different directions. So play around with it. One can go forward, one can go back. I often go up and forward, but it depends if I'm feeling more in the lower kind of head, I'll usually go backwards or I'll pull down and back. So play around a little bit, like really pull your ears and notice like what feels the most right for you today. So I'm going to pull my ears up. I'm going to twist forward. Same thing again. Find your flow. If you can get into a squat, that increases the pressure, and that is what we're working with in fascial maneuvers. We're talking and we're pinning the body. Then we're moving and breathing. Again, 3 through the nose, 3 through the mouth. Find your rhythm, your tension lines. Look up, look down. Oh, yeah. And unwind. Have a little walk around. My hip cracked then. So when we're moving and breathing, we may have this area pinned, so our zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. But because we are a pressurized system, we move something around here and everything has to adapt, which is why when we're finding that flow and really leaning into what feels good in our body, it is amazing what can shift because the fascial lines are all connected. Like the top of your foot, for example, goes all the way up the body, round back into the neck. And there's so many different fascial lines that are connected. So, have a little check-in. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice what's going on for you in terms of sensation. Like I've got some like little tinglies in the ears and the neck. Oh yeah. Now we're going to do peekaboo. So we're going to take a right hand. We're going to bring it to the back, so the left-hand side of the back of the neck. We're going to pull that skin round on the neck. We're going to bring that elbow to the right cheek. So we just do this usually because of the way that the fascia wraps on this side. So cheek is to arm. Once we're here, left hand is going to come to that left cheek, and we're going to have the palm of our hand on our cheek, and we're going to push up towards the ear. So it's pushing up. We then want to squeeze together. So we squeeze and we push up, pin this in place, and then we find our flow again. Let's go. 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth, if that feels most right for you. Just so you know, if you breathe through the nose, you predominantly build the pressure in your head. So if you feel like you want a little bit more pressure in that head, you can go in through the nose. If you want some more down into the hips and the lower part of the body, we go through the mouth. Beautiful. Release when you come to 6 breaths. Have a little wander around. Roll those shoulders. Whew. Notice how you're feeling. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do swinger. This is a great one for releasing the hips and the shoulders. So I want you to plant your feet hip distance apart, and then we're going to hinge. So it's not a squat, it's a hinge. And we're just going to have our hands hovered over our knees. Once we're here, we're going to bring that right hand to the left shoulder. So this is a pin. And then we're going to, with our left hand, come to the bottom of the top of the arm. So we're going to pull that skin down towards the elbow, and then we pin this in place. So we're going to hold this here. Once we're here, get a nice little stance. We're going to bring our head to the right, and then we're going to let our body come round to the left, and we're going to hinge even more. Same thing. So in through the nose first. And then in through the mouth. So 3 and 3. Again, find your flow. Play with it. Making sure that you've got that elbow pin still. Find those tension lines. Find your flow. 6 breaths all together. Beautiful. Come up. Whew. We're going to use this same elbow and do an overhead elbow talk. So I like to bring my thumb kind of is at the clavicle side, at the front side. My other fingers go back. We're going to twist our elbow. It's usually, if you're using your right elbow, which I am, it's usually clockwise is the most amount of tension, but feel into it. Whichever is the most amount of tension, do that. Then if we have it available, we're going to bring it above the head. If not, you can keep it here and move around, find your flow here. And then we're going to bring our head to the right, and we're going to lean over to the left. And again, find your flow. So 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. Slow movement, remember. Lean into what feels good and right for you today. Now through the mouth. I really like to close my eyes, especially when we're in more of a flow. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Now release, go for a little walk. We want to integrate in between. This is quite fast paced today. We're really getting the energy flowing. I've got some like melting sensation in my shoulder. I've got so much more space there now. My lower back's starting to open up. It's been a bit tight this morning. You can take a fuller breath, which is always welcome. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we plant those feet. We come into that hinge. This time, left hand goes to right shoulder. Right hand comes to the bottom of the top of that arm. We pull that skin down towards the elbow. We pin in place. Head this time comes to the left. And then we hinge. Body comes round to the right. So always counter rotating and find your flow. 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth, remember. So you'll see here, like here, I'm like rocking slightly because I can feel that in the tops of my thighs and that feels good. So it doesn't have to be really big, exaggerated movement. Flow could be tiny, tiny little movements. You can also bring the right foot behind you. Kind of leans more into that lower body, into the back. Just play with it. Once we've got your 6 breaths coming up. This time we're going to use that left elbow. So find a comfy spot on the neck. Twist that elbow. For me, it's counterclockwise on the left, but whichever way is the most amount of tension. We twist and we pin in place. So we keep this pinned here as always. We lift that above the head if it's available. Head comes to the left this time. We bring the body to the right. Really squeeze your pelvic floor. So we don't want to kind of like get into the hip and kind of dump into the hip. We want to bring that body to the left. Nice and considered. So you feel the stretch mainly in that side body and find your flow. 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. Maybe you just try with micro movements. You bring your body slightly to the front and then slightly to the back. Maybe it feels better to bend into those legs. Where do you need it today? Beautiful. With this one, you can also trial the head to the other side. Sometimes I have a specific tension point, so it feels better for the head to be the other way. So have a release, walk around, notice how you're feeling. Is anything shifting? Feel like a different human being already. Woohoo! For me, I kind of feel the energy like spiraling, coming up, but also so much space. I've had a niggle in my kind of scapular shoulder for a couple of days now, and it has gone. Beautiful. So just check in with yourself, check in with your body. Where do we want to go next? Let's go solar plexus. So this is a diaphragm release. So many of us have restriction in this area, which stops the diaphragm being able to do its thing. So I want you to take both of your hands. You're going to bring it to the midpoint. So it's in between your ribs. So my ribs come down here. It's in the squishy bit, but you can also do it on the xiphoid bone, which is that middle bone. Have a little play around. What feels best for you? For me, that xiphoid actually feels quite nice today. But I'm going to come down into, so my ribs are here, we're in the middle. So I want you to pull your skin apart. So once you've found a tension point, pull that skin apart, bring those elbows back. And we're going to do the same thing. I like to lean my head backwards. Let's find our flow again though. In through the nose first. 2. Nice and slow, remember. 3. Now in through the mouth. 2. Or to your own rhythm. Oh yeah, that's nice. And release. When you're ready, have a little shake off. Take some breaths. Notice where your breath is going. For me, I can feel the energy kind of traveling down now. because there was a bit of restriction here for me. Oh, yeah. We're going to do pull over now. This really opens the side and the lower back up. I'm going to take a right hand, bring it to the back of the left shoulder. So it's where the meaty bit is. And we're going to pull that skin up and pin in place. So the arm comes down like this. Left hand comes to the right rib cage. We're going to pull that skin round towards the front and pin in place as well. So this hand and this hand pinned in place. We're going to bring our head slowly round to the left. We're going to raise or shrug that left shoulder. Because our head is to the left, we always use counter rotation. So we're going to bring that body round to the right. And we're basically going to try and get our left shoulder towards our right knee. So you can bend into those legs, or you can keep them straight, depends what feels good. And then you're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So it's a rounded movement. And so we carry on left shoulder to right knee. Find your flow with it. Play around. Making sure that you're keeping that head to the left at all times. How does it feel? In through the mouth, if you're not already there. How is it different? Do you want to be bent into those legs? Can you find your point in your lower back, or does it feel better to have them straight? Find your tension lines and find your flow. There are no rules here. Oof. And come up when you're ready. Ooh. Have a little walk around. I feel a little lightheaded. It's very normal, especially with that specific move. That really got into a nice point into that lower back. I kind of feel some stuff in my jaw moving around, my ankles. Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time we bring left hand to the back of the right shoulder. We pull up that skin, we pin in place. With the right hand, we come to the left rib cage, we pull it round. And then this time we bring head to the right. That right shoulder shrugs. We bring the body round to the left and we carry on. So that right shoulder is coming down towards that left knee, and we breathe. If you find a point of tension, for example, I've got one here. You can hang out here for a minute. Breathe into it. Beautiful. Breathing 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. Oh, yeah. Nice. And come up. Go for a walk. Notice what's rising in you. For me, I can feel so much more activation down in my glutes. I'm noticing like some tightness maybe in this upper thigh. So when we move pressure around in the body, which is ultimately what we're doing, it's normal to be like, oh, I didn't even notice that. And now I notice it, because as we're moving it around, the body shows us exactly what it's doing and what it needs to do. So now we're going to do an upper thigh release. This is one of my favorite fascial maneuvers. So we're going to bring our feet a little bit wider than hip distance. You can be here as well, but I like to get like a bit of a squat in, because we are going to come into a squat. So I find I get I suppose the bigger stretch you want in that upper thigh, the further your feet would be away. So we're going to bring our right hand in between our legs to the back of that left thigh. And we're going to pull the skin forward. And with our left hand, we're going to help it along. So this left hand's going to come to the top of the thigh, and you're going to continue the rotation. So here, this right hand's going to pull forward, and with the left hand, we're going to carry on. So the left hand is coming to the back. So once we have a pin here, we're going to squat. So I like to bring my head round to the right, body a little bit round to the left. Once we're here, we've got our pin, we squat. Oh yeah, I like to lean back and make sure we're breathing. Let's just go through the mouth this time. It can be a little clunky when you first start to do this. Again, find your flow. Very slowly move around with this mouth breath, really sending the breath into the pelvis, into those areas. Find your flow. Lean forward, lean back. Play with the legs. Play with the squat. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Oh, and come up. You notice my voice is changing. It's kind of all connected. Whew. Breathe. Have a little integrate. Wow. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I just want you to feel your feet on the ground. That made me really whooshy. So I'm like, whoa. Feel your feet on the ground, plant them wherever feels comfortable for you today. So this time the left hand's going to come between the legs to the back of the right thigh. We're going to pull that skin towards the front. This right hand's going to help us out. So we're twisting it clockwise. Right hand goes clockwise. It's all both going clockwise. Once we have that pin here, we sit down, we squat, and then we find our tension lines, find our flow. So 6 in through the mouth. I always like to close my eyes in my fascial maneuvers so I can really feel into the sensation. Again, play around, straighten that leg, bend into the squat even more. Play around with the pressure, so come backwards, come forwards. Woo! Oh. Have a little walk and burping, always a good sign. That one felt really intense to me today. So have a little integrate. We're going to do one more. We're going to do a psoas release and then just do a little head heart to finish. So I want you to bring both of your hands to the inside of your right hip. And we're going to pull up on that skin and we're going to pin in place. If this feels like burning, all is well. It's literally just the fascia coming apart. And then you can either step back with your right leg and lean back. You also have the option, if it feels better for you, to step forward with the left and lean back. I always find, for whatever reason, that I like to step back with the right. I want you to lean back, which should increase that pressure. I like to bring my head to the left, body to the right a little bit. But again, we're going to find our flow, micro movements here. And we're going to do 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So in through the nose first. Play around. If you lean back a little bit more, how does it feel? If you bring your body around to an angle, how does that feel? Now in through the mouth. Oh yeah. And release. Go for a little walk. Feels nice. So psoas, whether it be period pains or creating space here, it's also really great for lower back pain. Often when we feel the stiffness or tightness or pain or pressure in our lower back, it's because there's restriction in the front. Again, noticing your feet on the ground, noticing what's moving around. Maybe you notice how your right is different to your left. My right hand side, because I've worked on it, feels like a little boop, higher. So I feel a little wonky right now. Definitely feel some space in my glute. This leg kind of just like feels nice. Going to do the same thing on the other side. So we bring both hands to the inside of the left hip. We pull up, we pin in place. Again, remember, it's so important that we pin. So when we pin and then we move and breathe, everything around has to move. So we step back with that left leg, or we step forward with the right. We lean back, which increases the stretch. I'm going to bring my body to the left and my head to the right. And then find your flow. So in through the nose first. Micro movements, play around with the axis of your body. Now 3 in through the mouth. One more. Ooh, that feels good. And release. Whew. go for a walk, let that integrate. We want that bilateral movement just to help the body find its new normal. This has been quite fast paced today, but I really vary my fascial maneuvers. Sometimes my body wants to go so slow and, you know, be really intricate and intentional. Other times I want to get that energy moving and I go a little bit more fast. So you can check out my different classes. Some are a lot more slow and static, and some are really flowy and almost like a dance, like this one. So I want you to bring one of your hands to your heart, the other one to your head. And we're just going to basically sync our head and our heart. They both have really important roles in our life, but we're going to set the intention. I like to breathe. As I breathe in, I imagine the energy coming up through my heart, over, out of my head and back around, which is our toral field. We're going to take 6 breaths in whatever way feels most supportive. I want you to go out through that mouth and allow any kind of noise, or we really want to empty our lungs each time. So just feeling our hands connected to our body. Maybe your hands, the pressure feels flat, opaque. Maybe it's a little bit more tingly. Maybe you feel some heat or some coolness with your hands connected to the skin of your body or your clothes. And we're going to breathe in. Hold at the top if it's available. And then empty those lungs the whole way out. I personally find it easier like I'm blowing out through a straw. In. Hold at the top if it's available. Squeeze that pelvic floor and out through the mouth. Allow your shoulders to relax. In. Hold at the top. And out. Three more breaths. In. Hold. And out. 2 to your own flow and your own rhythm. In. I like to say, thank you, mind, for trying to keep me safe. I do not need your stories to keep me small. It is safe for the heart to lead the way. Last breath. And then just bring both hands to heart. So I want you to imagine sending gratitude and kind of shoots of light to every single cell in your body. It takes courage to show up for ourselves, even when we don't feel like it. This morning I was like, wah. But I am so happy that you're here with me. We get to move, be here together in community. Remember that your heart and your body always knows the way. This work is all about just reconnecting to that voice and learning to listen. Have an amazing day.